2K Sports pregame show.
Man, it is great to be with you again, everybody. The NBA season has now hit full stride. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith on 2K Sports. And the pregame warm-ups are wrapping up out in Houston, where it'll be the Rockets going up against the San Antonio Spurs. Well, for San Antonio, they know this is not your throwaway game, a team they defeated in the second round of last year's playoffs. They'd better be ready. Tonight, two teams that have had great success, the kind of battle that could have future ramifications. Kenny, these teams may have to play each other again down the road in the playoffs. How can they set the tone here?
Oh, send a message. Even if you got to write it and give it to the ball boy to take down to the other bench, you send that message that we're here to play, and this is how it's going to be today, tomorrow, and in the future.
And as a player, you look forward to these matchups, Ernie, because as a team, you learn where you guys stand against the best.
And now let's send it down to Kevin Harlan as we approach tip-off.
And welcome everyone to another presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. From the sideline, our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. Both teams hope to get one over their in-state rival as the Spurs come into Houston. They've been playing very well lately. It's been 4 wins for them in their last 5 games.
And you know what? This may be the most dangerous team in the league right now. The way they've been playing, they're a team that no one will want to see in the postseason.
I agree with you. I mean, this is a team that's extremely dangerous. And all they want to do right now at the end of the regular season is continue to keep that momentum going.
And with pregame routines coming to an end, we're just about ready for our tip-off. First, though, let's get a report from the sideline and say hello to David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, Kawhi Leonard has been a great defender from day one, but he has developed into an elite offensive player as well. Now, Greg Popovich says he basically tells me what he wants to do now. He knows he has a green light. I think that's the difference. He's more confident, more aggressive, more hungry to score than in the past. Kevin?
And they need him to be that way, D.A. Thank you, especially after Tim Duncan's retirement and Manu and TP getting older. This is Kawhi's team now, for sure. Well-seasoned teams coming into this one tonight, Clark. A lot of veterans on both sides. I know you think that's important for both teams.
You know, experience, Kevin, is invaluable, and you only get that from going through the wars time and time again. So veteran players are able to bring that on a night-to-night basis, and they understand the nuances and what it takes to prepare to be ready to play. And so the little things become the big things, and veterans understand that.
A look at the San Antonio Spurs opening lineup. Aldridge and Kawhi Leonard, the 2 stars at the forward spots. Mills out there with Murray, and it's Gasol and at the 5, roaming the paint.
Tell you what, Kevin, there aren't many players who would have even seen that pass, but when we're talking about Chris Paul, he's got unique vision, unlike most anybody else.
And it's Leonard missing. Looking at the last game for San Antonio, it was a win against the Mavericks in Dallas.
And when you shoot a high percentage from distance, that gives you momentum and really keeps the opponent on the ropes.
Yep, exactly, and it also stretches that defense out a little bit, expands the floor for you, and makes things really hard for the defenders when you space and stretch them like that.
Now, here's Aldridge after Clint Capella's miss. Aldridge misses. Leonard against Ariza. And here's Harden for 3. His second shot goes in, off to a good start, 2 for 2.
Beautiful stroke on the 3 ball there. Harden is a lights-out shooter from behind the arc.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Aldridge a screen. Took the opportunity when he saw it. Leonard's got himself going there, his first points of the game on the deep ball. Rockets have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Now here's Paul. He's covered by Murray. Harden the pass to Anderson. Doesn't get it to drop for him. Now San Antonio takes it the other way. Here's Mills. Good work defensively by Harden.
Looked like he rushed the layup to me. I mean, the defense was late on contesting that one.
Ariza kicks to Capella. Harden dishes to Paul. Anderson the screen. A 3-ball. Gasol with the rebound. Spurs have gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. Here's Mills. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
In the Spurs last season, how about setting the all-time record for consecutive winning seasons with 20? This is a group that's won 50 or more games in every one of those seasons, except the strike-shortened one in '99.
And he knocks down the first one. And Greg, for the Spurs, they're so competitive. It's inevitable. They just win year after year.
Yeah, but that big three of Duncan, Parker, and Ginobili, the all-time winningest trio in the history of our league, had a lot to do with it. And as that era comes to an end, they're doing a terrific job of just picking up new star talent without skipping a beat. And one thing that is quite clear with the Rockets in terms of their approach is their shot selection. They prefer easy layups or threes. Very rarely will you see them play that in-between game. And he's got the athleticism and strength to be a powerful presence inside. Leonard never afraid to get in and mix it up down low.
Paul gets to Ariza. The Rockets again can't hit. And that shot selection, a systematic approach by the whole Houston organization. Greg, is a team, they actually took less mid-range jump shots than DeMar DeRozan did individually last season.
Yeah, and it wasn't even close. I mean, the approach Houston has made successful the last few seasons, they are 100% committed to not taking mid-range shots if they can help it.
Now, here's Capella after the miss from Pau Gasol. Here's Harden. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
And it is absolutely remarkable watching Harden draw contact. So effortless, so crafty, and so consistent in putting the defense in a bind.
Well, across the board last season, James Harden, Greg, saw his numbers jump through the roof, but he showed improvement both in his defensive engagement as well as his rebounding. Not something that a lot of us saw coming.
Yeah, that's a good point. And with Harden, I think the rebounding is the really surprising number. Went from being an average rebounding guard to a great one the last few seasons. He's been showing more of a dedication to all aspects of the game.
That free throw good from Harden.
And James Harden is clearly an MVP caliber talent. No doubt about that. A triple-double threat who really is a stat sheet stuffer supreme.
Good on both.
And watching James Harden, the amount of shots he is able to create for himself and his teammates, he just does so much from his position that is unrivaled. One of the greatest offensive threats, not only today, but really of the last decade.
And Leonard enjoys jamming it home, Kevin. Got to keep him as far away from the hoop as possible.
And here in the first quarter, with a little over 3.5 minutes played, Harden outside. Off target with his 3. And for Harden, he's been in the conversation, Greg, for MVP for several years. The way he's able to just carry an offense with his creativity, drawing his attention.
And Kevin, I think he might have won it last year if it wasn't for the amazing season put in by Russell Westbrook. Don't count Harden out, though. He's such a unique talent on offense. Maybe this will be his year to bring home that MVP award.
First one falls for him. And you ask any Houston fan who the greatest player in the history of their franchise is, and they all say Hakeem Olajuwon. Clark, you played against Olajuwon. Just how great a player was he, and what does he mean to this Rockets franchise today?
Well, he was special. A first ballot Hall of Famer, brought the only titles in franchise history to the Rockets, and could do everything you want from a big guy. Graceful, strong, a presence defensively and on the glass, unselfish. They called him Hakeem the Dream for good reason. That dude was a dream to play with and a nightmare for opponents.
Now here's Paul. He's coming off a 13-point game against Charlotte. Over Mills. Harden, that's good. Harden's got 9. Spurs have gone 3 of 7 from the field since we've gotten underway. Murray with it. An 11-point game for him in the win against the Mavericks in Dallas.
And he was also a terrific creator in that game as well. His assist totals show you what a fantastic all-around effort it was.
Now here's Paul. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Count it.
Rapid-fire release from Ariza like a staple gun. Boom, boom. Outstanding at shooting as soon as the pass gets to his hands.
Here's Leonard, following the score by Trevor Ariza. And Aldridge slams it in. Guys back and forth this first half.
And this could continue to go back and forth the entire way.
Paul kicks to Harden. They set the pick. Here's Capella. He's off on that one. Nice D from Aldridge. San Antonio leading. Here's Murray. There's the dish to Mills. Over Harden, and he overshot that one, missing.
Boy, Kevin, he just clanked that one. I mean, surprising because the defense wasn't really in the picture.
Oh, and the dunk by Ariza.
Ariza's not only a shooter. I mean, he's excellent at slashing to the rack as well because he's got nice change of pace and good speed.
Aldridge a screen. Murray kicks to Leonard. Up and in for the basket. Number 4. That makes him 4 for 5 now.
And they are going toe-to-toe here tonight, guys. This thing's like a heavyweight fight.
Yeah, these teams evenly matched, Greg, trading hits and refusing to give up any advantage.
And the replay is courtesy of Under Armour. Unleash chaos. It was a great sequence from the steal all the way to the finish at the other end. Rockets trail by 3. Harden outside. Lob pass to Capella. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. Out to the wing. Takes the 3. And again, it's San Antonio with a 3.
There's a chance he could go for a big game if they don't D him up on the perimeter.
To the paint. Mills with the steal. Here's Murray. Basket is good, and he'll get a chance for one more at the free throw line. And we'll get a look at how the hustle stat game has been going for San Antonio.
Well, I think the defensive aggressiveness on display here has caught him off guard, playing airtight defense and coming up with the steals.
And the other thing that's been equally as effective is the fact that they've gotten out on the fast break. A lot of points coming in transition.
Houston, a whole new 5 on the floor. San Antonio also making some changes. Laverne, he's checked in for Gasol. Gay comes in for LaMarcus Aldridge. And it's Green in for Patty Mills. And that one misses. Clark, as an analyst, do you feel you view the game drastically different from when you were in your playing days in college and the NBA?
Yeah, you know what, Kevin, I really do, because I've benefited from the different coaches we've had a chance to visit with over the years, and that's added to my perspective. And you tend to look at things differently when you're playing. I was always a student of the game, but clearly I think I've become a lot more analytical as an analyst, if that makes any sense.
Yes. San Antonio making a switch here. Parker's checked in. Back to Green. Parker against Gordon. And that one's good. Parker. And the Spurs lead by 10.
and the defense looks soft early on. They've got to summon up a little more sense of urgency.
Yeah, they've got to do a little more to disrupt their offensive rhythm, too.
And now the first timeout called here for the Rockets. They defeated Charlotte in their last game.
And once they established that flow offensively, really never got any resistance from the D.
And, you know, Greg, they were sinking shots left and right, and that's got to be demoralizing for the defense. They were in a real zone.
And the Spurs making a change here. Anderson's checked in. And here we can now take a look at how the ratio was between the 3s and the 2s last season for Houston.
And they were focused on spreading the floor and getting good looks from three-point range. That was the key to their offense. They put in a lot of work on the perimeter.
Now here's Nene. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game.
And they've got to get their heads into this game. They're giving the ball away far too easily.
Right you are. I mean, that's turnover number 3 already. Not the way you want to start a ball game.
Here's Parker. He gives the team some steady offense, a bit under 10 points a game. That's tipped.
Just doing the job on the backboard.
They sure are. I mean, they've done a terrific job carving out space under the basket and then pursuing the ball. You know, it's one thing to box out, but you've got to pursue the ball if you're going to get rebounds. And they look strong here in the early going.
Spurs leading by 10. On the wing, Green, guarded by Tucker. Here's Anderson. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Everybody on the same page, completely in sync. Tremendous communication and awareness.
A nice shot by Tucker.
And though lacking some height, Kevin, Tucker has the bounce, the reach, and the strength and attitude to do damage inside.
Now here's Gay. 11 points last game. Down low, here's Laverne. Back to Gay. Parker outside. Another miss by Parker. Rockets trail by 10. Joe Johnston on the wing. Defended by Anderson. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Anderson. Parker against Gordon. There's the screen. Passes to Johnson. Nene, the screen. 5 on the clock. Loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in. Johnson's got it back down to a single-digit deficit for Houston. Parker against Gordon. Parker passes to Green. And the foul called on Danny Green. That's his first foul.
Yeah, really good defensive play to cut him off there and square up.
Excellent example of toughness and physicality on defense. Got his nose right in the middle of things and made a play.
Now here's Gordon. A 14-point game for him in the win against Charlotte. Back to Johnson. The second effort. Rebound, San Antonio.
No one to blame on that one but himself. You get looks like that, you've got to take advantage.
Anderson's shot is off.
Yeah, good interior D there prevents the deuce.
And, you know, that's not easy at all. When guys get this close to the bucket, it's tough to stop the basket.
Now here's Tucker. He averages about 5 points a game. Nene kicks to Johnson. From downtown, kept alive.
They've been sensational on the backboard to start this game.
Yeah, sensational is a really good word for it, Greg. They're tearing it up on the glass.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks. And when you watch Rudy Gay out there on the court, you see just why he's always been a solid scorer in our league. I mean, any situation, any type of offense, he can find a way to get points, and really one of the more underrated players we have in our league.
Now here's Gordon. Looking for his first basket still in this one. Nene, the screen. Shoots off the screen.
Yeah, really like the defensive focus and intensity at the start.
Exactly. Nothing easy. They're making them work just to get into their offense. Very disruptive so far.
Got a piece of it. Now, here's Tucker. Tight defense on him. Screen by Baamute. And Tucker kicks to Nene. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game. And with Rudy Gay, scoring, Greg, has never been a problem for him. Has pretty much had the same level of production his entire career.
Yeah, and if you say that about some players, it's considered an insult, but it's a good thing for Gay. Usually will shoot in the mid-40s for this field goal percentage and solid at that small forward position. Also a great ISO game.
And the slam dunk by Johnson.
And made possible by a heads-up play defensively at the other end.
Parker outside. The pass to Green. And Laverne kicks to Gay. It's tipped, but they recover it. Laverne dishes to Anderson. Tries yet again, and it's Gay getting it to go.
And Gay has great length down on the block there. Fantastic at just jumping on opportunities to score when he's down low.
Now, here's Tucker. Gordon a screen. The three. Kawhi Leonard has been on display for San Antonio. He finishes with 9 points in the quarter. The D is having all sorts of problems with him. We'll get right back to the action when we return. And earlier, Chris Paul told us about the depth of their roster. So important for any team.
Our bench is amazing. It's so exciting because when our bench comes in, more often than not, if we're losing, they're going to get us the lead. And if we have the lead, they're going to increase the lead. And it's fun to watch because everybody cheers for each other, too.
When your starters feel that good about their second unit guys, that's a heck of a asset that a team can have. And if you've seen Chris Paul cheering from the bench, you know that it's very, very true.
And Kevin, that's the kind of team that's always been so much fun to play on. Everybody's really pulling for one another, no matter who's playing. Even in practice, with that kind of a team, you tend to have more fun.
And now the second quarter just getting set to start. And taking a look at San Antonio's performance here. What do you think they've been doing or not doing?
I mean, a solid first quarter, especially looking at that plus turnover ratio.
Yeah, everything is sharp. I mean, nothing forced, precise passes, taking care of the ball. That's good stuff.
On the court for San Antonio here in the second. Parker and Green are the guard set. Laverne is out there with Rudy Gay, and it's Anderson in at the 3 spot. San Antonio shooting their 6th and 7th free throws in the game.
You've got to appreciate their ability to make free throws, 81% as a team.
One of the things they've done, guys, is taken pride in their free throw shooting this season, and rightfully so.
And he knocks down the first one. Clark, if you were coaching a team, you had one shot to win a game on the line, which player in the league would you want to take that shot?
I like a lot of guys for last shot circumstances. LeBron James is always on my list. Kyrie Irving is at the top of my list. Damian Lillard is a killer. Isaiah Thomas, the little big man, is phenomenal in those kind of late game situations. But I think I'm going to tip my hat to Kyrie Irving. Uncle Drew is my guy.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, the Spurs' Greg Popovich talked about developing players. He said, our method is usually tough love. I don't think coddling works, and beating them to death mentally doesn't work either. You give them a clear picture of what's demanded, show care, understand what makes them tick. If that doesn't get through, you get rid of them. Kevin?
And the military background of Popovich plays a part in this way of thinking, David. It's why the Spurs have been so successful for so many years. Houston shooting their third and fourth free throw shots of the night.
And looking at the numbers this season, they're shooting a robust 82% from the line. That's about as good as it gets.
Guys, that says a lot about the poise of this team. I mean, they've been so calm, cool, and consistent at the stripe this year.
Gentlemen,
I mean, that's
two
impressive.
shots. Two shots.
First free throw is good. Houston with a big group substitution here. Anderson, he's checked in for Mbamute. Ariza comes in for Johnson. James Harden, he's checked in for P.J. Tucker. And Paul's subbed in for Gordon. And San Antonio with the change here too. LaMarcus Aldridge is checked in for LeVert. That one is no good. Before his injury, Rudy Gay had made some strides on the defensive end. In general, Greg, he doesn't get enough credit sometimes for his impact on that side of the ball.
Yeah, Gay has always been a great ball hawk. I mean, he's got long arms to pick off lazy passes. He gets a good amount of blocks for a wing player as well. Very much so underrated when you talk about his defense.
And here's Ariza following the 3 moments ago from LaMarcus Aldridge. Harden inside the three-point line. That one's not going to go. Now San Antonio takes it the other way. They've held a 12-point lead earlier.
Well, it's surprising that he flunked that one. I mean, especially since the defense was nowhere to be found.
It's Ariza on the wing. Anderson with the screen for Ariza. And Aldridge comes over to help. Here's Nene. San Antonio with the rebound. This, of course, their first opportunity to play Houston this season.
They take on a team they knocked out of the playoffs last season in the conference semis.
Greg, would you suspect a little bad blood or bad feelings from the opposing side? They better be ready to scrap.
Now a timeout called by Houston.
You know, one of the great strengths of Coach D'Antoni, to me, Kevin, is he really gives his players a lot of confidence. And his philosophy really clicks with players. They're comfortable playing for him. They know their responsibilities, and they play hard for D'Antoni.
Clint Capella, he's checked in for Houston. So San Antonio going with an almost entirely new group here. Pau Gasol, he's checked in for Gay. Leonard comes in for Kyle Anderson. Mills, he's checked in for Danny Green. And Murray's subbed in for Parker. And to what you said about Mike D'Antoni, he sees his players and asks, what can they do, instead of what can't you do?
And, you know, he's had a lot of success last season, elevating the Rockets and winning Coach of the Year in the process.
So it's San Antonio now. The Rockets making the shot. Here's Aldridge. It's stolen by Ariza. Paul outside. Inside, Harden. And a great assist by Paul as that one goes in. 11 points for James Harden.
And Harden is so efficient as a scorer. When he gets room down low, he's very good at burying these shots.
Here's Leonard. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up. And Kawhi Leonard, the only player other than Michael Jordan and Hakeem Olajuwon to be an all-star starter. Greg win the Defensive Player of the Year and win a Finals MVP award.
And Kevin, I think it's fair to say that's some lofty company to be in. You know, you're worried with the retirement of Tim Duncan. Would the Spurs go through a lull? And they found another two-way superstar to kind of build their team around, much in the same in terms of mannerisms as a Tim Duncan.
First free throw is good. And Clark, you've seen so many college and NBA games. What skill or mindset do you see as the best predictor for when a college player is going to be an NBA star?
Well, it's hard to predict stardom. but clearly things that transfer from a skill standpoint from college to the NBA, at least historically, have been the ability to rebound at a high rate. That seems to always make its way from college to the pro game. And then the proficiency of your skill set in terms of ball handling, shooting, and then I would say at the point guard position, the ability to run a team usually transfers. When you can get other people's shots and understand flow and time and score and situations, that doesn't leave you from the college to the pro game.
The three from Mills. Again, the miss by the Spurs.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Harden can't hit.
No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring.
Murray, the pass to Mills. Murray kicks to Leonard. Here's Gasol. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. Leonard's got 3 assists now in this one.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
Now, here is Harden. He had a 30-point outing their last game against Charlotte.
And he passed the ball so well in that game, keeping everybody involved, even as he was racking up all those points.
And Ariza shows no mercy on these drives inside. When he's got room to jam it, he's not thinking twice. He's bringing the thunder.
Leonard, no luck.
Well executed, great rhythm. You've got to finish that one.
Agree with you there, partner, because that screen really freed him up nicely, and that's a shot. And if you're a pro, you need to make that one. Yeah, you chronicle the career of Trevor Ariza. You know, he came into the league primarily as a slasher and transition scorer and a good defender. He's done a nice job reinventing his game as he's gotten older. And now he's much more of a 3-and-D type player, impacting both ends of the floor.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he makes the first. And Ariza is certainly Clark of the 3-and-D mold as a veteran. That is often what players on the perimeter need to do as their athleticism starts to decline.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Ariza can still run the floor and occasionally punch it down on you. There's no question about that. You know, it's just now the bulk of his contributions come off knocking down threes. He's had a very long and productive career and has really done a nice job of adapting to whatever his team needs from him.
Now here's Mills. 6 points for him. Gasol kicks to Murray. And it's out of bounds. The Spurs able to retain possession here.
And checking out the numbers for Chris Paul, how his last 10 games have gone. He's averaging 14 points a game, 8 assists, and 2 rebounds. And his playmaking really stands out, making his teammates better offensively with his terrific passing.
Yeah, he's outstanding at controlling the tempo. I mean, keeps the ball moving and, of course, finds the open man.
Rockets trail by 7. Ariza has the open look. Good. It's Harden with the assist that time. Ariza's got 10 points in the game.
Like the way Ariza seeks out mid-range jumpers, capable of nailing these shots when he's in rhythm. The heck with the analytics. A good 2 from a good shooter is as good as a 3.
The bucket just not well protected, but still he doesn't convert too often. That's been the story with him.
Anderson can't get it to go. Now here's Murray, defended by Paul. Again, the miss by the Spurs.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Outside Leonard. Rebounded by Capella. Capella's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. A rebound by the Spurs. Aldridge has got his 3rd rebound tonight. Here's Murray. And fouled on the shot, so the bucket counts and a chance for one more here.
Yeah, terrific play right there. Great strength to finish through the contact.
That's exactly how it should be done. Get the bump, concentrate on the shot, and you'll get the bucket too.
Rockets trail by 8. Paul kicks to Capella. Good, and Paul gets the assist. Paul's got 4 assists now tonight.
He's making it look easy scoring out there because he's much more efficient here in the second.
And Capella sends it back.
And every season, Capella has improved as a shot blocker. Timing, awareness, recognition. He's really good at erasing shot attempts.
And he shows us all what the breakaway rim was invented for.
Can you believe he almost brought the whole thing down by hanging on that long?
Boy, that was a great dunk, and we've got a great game here.
Here's Mills. The Rockets making the shot. And it's Leonard missing.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over him.
Paul dishes to Ariza. Screen by Capella. Anderson right side. 6 on the shot clock. Drills it from outside. Now just a 1-point San Antonio lead.
And Anderson so fundamentally sound. Before shooting, he squares up just the way you teach it.
Now Mills. He's got 6. Feeds to Leonard. There's the pick. Dishes it to Gasol. The Spurs need to get a shot off here. Murray, no good.
I wonder what the score would be if they weren't controlling the backboard.
And Greg, it's clearly been their edge, and in a close game like this, you look for every edge you can find.
Harden the pass to Capella, and out of bounds as San Antonio gains possession.
And let's take a look at the numbers for Capella. 6th in field goal percentage, 13th in rebounding, and he provides that deterrent around the rim, ranking among the top 15 league-wide in blocks per game.
And back to his phenomenal efficiency from 3, top 10 in the league. His consistent shooting creates so many openings in the defense. Now here's Murray. He has 5, and Mills kicks to Murray. Inside. Nice ball movement by San Antonio. Mills can't hit.
This has been a rough, turbulent outing for him so far. Fortunately, the rest of his team has bailed him out.
The shot by Paul, no good.
Well, it's surprising that he clunked that one. I mean, especially since the defense was nowhere to be found.
Gasol kicks to Murray. He dishes it to Mills. Pass to Gasol. Shoots over Capella, and the call will be against LaMarcus Aldridge. That's foul number 2 for him. Houston with a big group substitution here. And Mbaamute's checked in for Anderson. Johnson comes in for Trevor Ariza. P.J. Tucker, he's checked in for James Harden. And it's Gordon in for Chris Paul. Laverne, he's checked in for San Antonio. Screen by Capella. Gordon kicks to Johnson. And he's fouled on the shot. 1 free throw coming up.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, the defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint.
And guys, what do you think about the hustle stats for the Rockets?
You know, they've done a great job of getting a hand up on shooters. Actually have gotten a lot of blocks as well, solidifying that defensive effort.
And the other thing that's been equally as effective is the fact that they've gotten out on the fast break. A lot of points coming
Mind the lanes.
in transition.
Mind the lanes. 1 shot.
The free throw off from Johnson.
And the versatility Johnson offers, it can't be forgotten. I mean, this is a guy that can play 3 to 4 positions, a lights-out shooter who also has that clutch gene.
Well, guys, this first half has been about as tightly contested as you could hope for.
There have been a lot of lead changes. My goodness.
Now here's Johnson. 14 points from him the last game against Charlotte. Back to Gordon. Kicks it to Mbaamoute. And the dunk by Mbaamoute.
And guys, right now, the defense mentally not there. Can't afford too many of those in a close game like this.
Yeah, Jay, you're right. Almost a free run for him there.
Momentum can swing on plays like that, Kevin, especially when the finish has that much thunder on it.
Here's Anderson. And it's Johnson with the rebound. Houston in the lead. Here's Tucker. Great tee that time from Green. San Antonio's gotten into trouble with the 3 ball in the second quarter, only hitting 1 of 5 attempts. The feed to Laverne. Green kicks to Anderson. Back to Green. And stolen by Gordon. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Spurs will take it. Now we get a chance to check out the standings out west. Already we're in December. You look at San Antonio, 3rd best record here in the early going. And, of course, there's the Rockets, 2 spots down.
And I think for the Rockets, they've stayed right there, just in sniffing distance of the conference leaders. That's a solid accomplishment at this stage of the season.
You know, I thought maybe they'd have it in them to actually join those leaders this season. But you're right, it's still nice work considering where they are.
And it's the Rockets on the break. And Tucker has it in the corner. Good on the triple. Tucker's got 5 points in the quarter.
Boy, I love Eric Gordon as a combo guard. He's a multi-talented player who can play either guard position.
Anderson with the ball, and it's Johnson picking him up. And Anderson kicks to Parker. To the inside, taken away by Nene.
If they play it right, we're talking a 2-for-1.
Well, you're maximizing your possessions. That's the critical thing here, and they've got to make sure the timing is right, though.
Spurs trail by 6. And here is Parker. Gay outside. Anderson outside. Back to Gay. Parker outside. Again, the miss by the Spurs. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Gordon with no one around. And again, it's the Rockets from deep.
And you can sense they're starting to take charge here.
You know, they seem to be on the same page out there, Greg. I mean, definitely the momentum is with them.
They set the pick. Parker dishes to Anderson. Will it go? With 2 seconds left, and it's good on the way in. Anderson's got his 2nd bucket of the night.
The tenacity on that interior, just battling, bringing that effort and will for second chance points.
And so it's the Houston Rockets, bringing the quarter to a close with a 7-point lead. They've set the tone. They love their tempo. They're going to be very tough to stop. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Here with Greg Popovich. Pop, what do you think was the main issue during the first half?
We didn't make shots.
Thank you for that insightful analysis, Coach. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. And we'll be back after halftime as the 3rd quarter gets underway.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, folks. Ernie Johnson here along with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. We're going to break down all the action from the first half. Some struggles for Houston in the first quarter. They were really forcing shots, not getting many good looks, and it resulted in a subpar 36% field goal percentage in the period. The second quarter was a huge turnaround as they came on strong, turning the tables and outscoring them by a wide margin, and now enjoy the 7-point lead. What'd you think, Shaq, about the first half we saw from the Rockets?
Well, they really dictated the pace of the game with their transition game. They got out on the break every chance they had, and the time they could push the tempo, they did. And a lot of times it kept the defense scrambling like eggs with the cheese and apple juice.
Kenny, how do you think San Antonio played?
To me, they looked out of sync shooting the basketball. Under 40% for the first half. Some of it was poor shot selection, but mostly it just looked like they were out of rhythm. For the second half, they need to push more for buckets in transition. Get to the foul line a little bit more. Try to get back in the flow.
And that wraps up halftime as the game is set to get back underway. Let's send it to Kevin Harlan and crew, standing by courtside.
And as we return to Houston, Texas, a terrific look at the skyline here. The Toyota Center, part of that great landscape. And the second half about to start here in just a few moments. Without question, Trevor Ariza displaying his skills today.
You know, and as effective as he was at slashing to the hoop in that first half, even better at finishing once he got there.
Guys, we saw some amazing dunks from him. I can't imagine he'll be able to top those in these last 2 quarters. but I'd love to see him try.
And the third quarter about ready to get underway. Spurs trail by 7. Our second half of basketball, and presented by Gatorade. Let's see who's all fueled up and on the floor to start the third. Taking a look at the Rockets. Filling out the wings, it's Harden and Ariza. Anderson is down low with Capella. And it's Paul in at the 1.
And guys, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip.
Anderson's shot is off.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
He gets a chance now to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, the Spurs have never been the flashy team in the NBA. Tony Parker said beautiful basketball is playing the right way. Ball movement, pure, beautiful basketball is the way we've played. You have all sorts of fans, and there should be something for everybody. Kevin, he told me a long time ago, if we were in New York, people would love us.
And during Popovich's time in San Antonio, the Spurs have always played together, D.A. Got to respect their team-first approach to the game.
Up and in on every one of their first 3 shots to start the second half.
Harden kicks to Capella. Ariza outside. Anderson the screen. A shot by Harden, wide open, and it's off from 3-point range.
They have yet to hit a shot, a real slow start here in the second half.
And Pau Gasol, one of the most skilled 7-footers this league has ever seen. Whether it's the low post, high post, flaring off picks, you want the ball in his hands.
Here's Anderson following the basket by LaMarcus Aldridge. Capella with a screen on Leonard. Gasol with the steal. Anderson against Aldridge. And here's Mills from the arc. Leonard. The Rockets pull it in. Ariza's got 6 rebounds now in the game. He kicks it to Anderson. Rejected by Gasol.
And really, Gasol does an incredible job getting his hands up in the air, which results in a ton of rejection.
Offensively, the struggles continue. 0 for 5 to start the half.
Playing as a team so crucial. Let's see the NBA's best. 5th best, the Rockets.
And you know, when your team has a lot of assists, it's testimony to the unselfishness, the patience, the ball movement, the player movement. They have shown all of that.
Shooting 2.
That one is off.
You know, when he was in high school in California, Kawhi won the state's Mr. Basketball Award. And you look at the list of guys who won that award over the years, it has a lot of the all-time greats on it.
He hits the second from the line. A little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the third. Harden against Leonard. Harden the pass to Anderson. Houston moving it around. And it's sent back by Aldridge. A nice shot by Anderson. Spurs have gone 4 of 6 from the field since the start of the third. Over to the left wing. Murray dishes to Mills. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2. This is his second trip to the free throw line.
One of the areas where he has excelled all season long. How about 87% from the line?
You know, there's been some improvement in his free throw shooting this year. His percentage has taken a little jump compared to last season.
Shooting 2.
The first one falls. And both free throws good for Mills. And now we're 3 minutes into the third quarter of play. Screen by Capella. Ariza outside. Pass to Paul. Fires for three. And the rebound goes to Pau Gasol. Gasol's got his 8th rebound here tonight. And Mills kicks to Murray. Off target with his 3.
I think that's got to affect your mental game. I mean, missing open shots like that, unacceptable, and it'll probably mess with your head a little bit too.
San Antonio's gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Leonard attacking, and it's good, 2 points. Leonard's got 5 points now in the quarter.
And it looks like they left their defensive effort back in the locker room, guys. They just haven't had the same commitment here defensively in the second half.
Now, here's Capella. He's certainly been a consistent piece of their offense, averaging about 14.5 points a game. Well, Swiss center Clint Capella is up there as one of the most efficient players in the league. He's only 22, but he's efficient mostly because all his shots come right at the basket, right on the doorstep. Last season, he finished near the top of the league, in fact, in field goal percentage.
And for a while, he was leading the league, if I recall correctly, Kevin. Capella knows who he is, what he's about, and what his team needs from him. So he finishes off his chances that are created by guards penetrating. Not flashy, but very effective.
So he picks up just 1 from the line that time.
Well, I tell you what, it's really impressive how Capella has improved his role so quickly, Kevin. I mean, he's a starting caliber center known for his defense, but continues to make strides on offense, too.
Now here is Aldridge. 11 points in the game. Clock at 4. Here's Murray. And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time. The whistle blowing. And Houston gets called for the foul. And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for the Spurs.
Anytime you get as many points in the paint as they have, you know you've got a good thing going, and you just want to keep it going.
And I also love the way they move the basketball. Their passing has been outstanding here in the second half.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
Throw good, Murray.
And they didn't shoot it very well from the line in the first half, but they've gotten much better since halftime, and it's helped them to secure the lead.
And so Murray nails both of them.
And right now at about 85% from the line, that's up from where it was in that first half.
Harden gets to Ariza. He feeds it to Capella. And here's Anderson from the arc. Sinks the triple. Anderson's got 5 points now in the quarter.
He had 1 in the first as well. He can be dangerous. Keep an eye on him.
Gasol a screen. Mills passes to Gasol. That shot no good. Good work defensively by Capella. Ariza kicks to Paul. Kicks it out to Harden. And a great assist by Paul as that one goes in. 14 points for James Harden.
Yeah, these defenders had better start closing down on shooters.
Leonard kicks to Aldridge. Back to Leonard. Aldridge a screen. Shoots over Capella. Here's Gasol, and finished off by Gasol.
And really, Gasol just never stops attacking the boards, just utterly relentless at pounding the glass.
Paul outside. Trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. Here's Mills. No good that time. The Rockets go the other way with it. Next up on the docket, the Bucks following this one. Harden kicks to Paul. On the wing, Harden. He's covered by Leonard. And Anderson gets it to go.
Their third three-pointer in a row.
Adjustment time for these guys. The defense has to make some adjustment here.
Mills with it. He's got 8. Murray kicks to Aldridge. Good work defensively by Harden. Houston's gone 3 of 7 from three-point range here in quarter number 3. Got that bucket in no time at all. Paul's got his first bucket of the night.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Really a prime example of the difference in how these teams have operated offensively. Much more individual play at the other end.
And San Antonio calls the first timeout of the game.
Well, Chris Paul signing the big contract this past offseason, and you knew he'd end up with one of the biggest deals out there, and his impact on a team goes far beyond just stats.
So San Antonio goes with a fresh 5 on the floor. Now here's Gay. 6 points for him. And he finishes nicely on the layup. Gay's got 8.
Again and again, they're dissecting the defense and creating those high percentage looks from inside.
And even under pressure in close, I think they've still done a good job maintaining concentration and converting the opportunities.
Well, Greg, Houston wanted Chris Paul, and they got their man. One of the bigger surprises, certainly, of the offseason.
Yeah, and without Paul on this roster, this team isn't in the conversation for winning. You need him to keep your window of winning open, and he is just that impactful and makes everyone on the floor better.
Offensive rebound, and that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. It's going to be on Rudy Gay.
You know, starting out in the D-League, then bouncing around the international circuit, Tucker took the long, hard road to get here.
And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. Scoring breakdown for the Rockets.
Boy, their passing has been picturesque, a thing of beauty in both halves. More than a few of their baskets have come off assists.
And also, how about the points they've gotten in transition or on the fast break tonight? That's been a huge factor as well.
That one is off.
You know, it's been a bad day for them at the line today as a whole, and far too often, that's the case for this team.
He hits the second from the line. Spurs trail by 3. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
It's Parker with the drive. Here's Laverne. And the rebound goes to the Rockets. On offense, here are the Rockets. They're on a 12-4 run right now. And it's Gordon missing.
I tell you what, the defense should send Christmas cards for that miss.
Here's Parker. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in.
And a nice job of reading the defense there on the pull-up from Parker.
Here's Tucker. He's got 8. Nene outside. Green against Gordon. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Nene, the screen. Off the screen. And the basket by Gordon. Gordon's got 7 points in the game.
And Gordon is a clever guy now. I mean, he knows where to be when the screen is set. Good job reading the defense.
Parker dishes to Green. Rebounded by Tucker. Tucker's got 3 rebounds now in this one. And Laverne gets the whistle that time. That'll be his second foul of the game. And it's Houston's ball. They're on a 14-6 run. Johnson the screen. Outside Gordon. Wide open look. And it's Houston with another.
Love seeing Gordon work in the pick and roll. Great at pulling up to shoot once the screen comes his way.
Spurs trail by 5. Parker kicks to Gay. And it goes down 2 points. Gay's got 4 points in the quarter.
Man, you like the intelligence he plays with. You got to respect that. Gets to his spots and scores efficiently.
Nene, the screen. And Tucker kicks to Gordon. Lays it up, and despite of the excellent defense at that, 11 points in the game.
And I think they're winning because of him. I mean, he's hitting a lot of his shots right now.
Parker against Gordon. Parker passes to Green. Fires from deep. That doesn't go either for Green. Rockets leading by 5. Joe Johnston on the wing, defended by Anderson. Now here's Tucker, guarded closely. Now here's Gordon, 11 points in the game. Here's Nene, kicks it out to Johnson. Now here's Tucker, guarded by Green. Now Tucker, he's got 8. A second chance effort, and it's good on the layup. Now it's a 7-point Rocket lead.
Like that execution, Kevin. A successful possession leading to a high percentage basket.
Parker dishes to Gay. Back to Parker. Drains the three-pointer. Parker's got 7.
While Parker does not take many threes, when he does, you just have a feeling it's going in.
The dish to Tucker. It's deflected, and they'll keep possession. That one, no good. Great D that time from Green. Here's Anderson. It's rebounded by Houston. Tucker's got 4 rebounds now tonight.
Obviously, I mean, it would go a long way if he's making his shots. Right now, they're behind, and they certainly could use his help.
29 seconds left to play here in the third. A floater, and Johnson finishes off inside. 8 points for him.
Nice looking floater there, Kevin. Such a fast shot, a quick release. Really hard to guard that.
And here is Parker. He has 7. Green with a screen on Gordon. Parker kicks to Gay. And it's good on the assist by Parker. Parker's got 3 assists in the game. Gordon. And the release was before the buzzer, but it's off target. And we've reached the end of the third. Rockets lead by 4. And coming up as soon as we return from break, the fourth quarter gets underway. A chance now to hear Greg Popovich talking to his team just moments ago.
Activity, activity. We've had some great shots and they're not dropping. That's okay. They're going to go in or they're not.
And wanting to keep the energy level high, I can understand that. Greg Popovich not worried about the missed shots.
As long as guys are giving it their all, coach feels they're doing what's in their control to be successful.
We've got a great game on our hands as we welcome you back. The fourth quarter of action getting started. On the floor for San Antonio starting the fourth quarter. Parker and Green are the guard set. Rudy Gay is out there with Laverne. And it's Anderson in at the 3 spot. Here's Gay. Got a hand on it. And Laverne gets the whistle that time. That's his 3rd foul of the game.
And really, these are some of the toughest calls an official has to make.
Yeah, but in this case, I think he got it right. I mean, the defender was still moving there, and never really had good legal guarding position. He wasn't set.
James Harden, he's checked in for P.J. Tucker. And San Antonio with the change here, too. Leonard's checked in.
One made three for him for the game. Does he focus closer in? Let's see.
Parker kicks to Green. It's deflected, and they'll keep possession. Outside Leonard. Clock at 4. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. Leonard's got the first field goal of the fourth quarter here for San Antonio. Amute, a screen on Leonard. To the inside, Nene. Foul on the play, basket counts, so it'll be a three-point play chance.
You got to respect, and you can't sleep on the passing ability of Harden. Love how he zips it over to open teammates.
Houston making some changes. Anderson, he's checked in for Amute. Reza comes in for Joe Johnson. And Paul subbed in for Eric Gordon. So San Antonio going with an almost entirely new group here. Pau Gasol is checked in for Laverne. LaMarcus Aldridge comes in for Rudy Gay. Mills, he's checked in for Green. And Murray subbed in for Parker. We're just over a minute into this final quarter of play. Murray with it. Aldridge a screen. Murray the pass to Mills. And again, it's the Spurs from deep.
Yeah, that's too good a look to give him from behind the arc.
Harden kicks to Paul. Leonard against Harden. Back to Paul. Anderson the screen. Clock at 6. Off the pick. It's deflected. Here's Aldridge. They get the rebound. The basket counts and one. They'll go to the line with a chance to make it a three-point play.
Shooting one. And they are amped up right now. I mean, after trailing for so long and then trimming that margin, finally they take the lead.
And the Rockets making a change here. Capella's checked in.
One shot, gentlemen.
A free throw good from Kawhi Leonard.
And one difference this half is that when they get to the line, they're converting.
Lob pass to Capella. Well placed alley-oop pass into the layup.
And what an alley-oop. Those two read each other so well.
It's a play I'm sure they love to run.
And as the receiver, he doesn't feel the need to go for the monster finish that time. I mean, laying it up for the 2 points worked out just fine.
Here's Mills after Clint Capella's bucket. Over Harden. Mills can't hit. The Rockets have gone 2 for 5 on field goal attempts in the fourth quarter. Paul, right side. Over Murray. Paul missing again. San Antonio's gone 2 for 2 from three-point land to start the fourth quarter. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. That one is on Ariza.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First free throw is good. Leonard hits them both.
Well, I tell you what, like how cool and collected he was getting the job done at the line in this one.
Anderson outside. Passes it to Ariza. Harden outside. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Exceptional strength. Harden is so smart at creating opportunities to get to the free throw line.
And the first one drops. And both free throws good for James Harden. The Spurs have gone 3 of 8 here in the 4th quarter. Now here's Mills. Defense is right there. Leonard kicks to Aldridge. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. Leonard's got assist number 5 here tonight. The Rockets trail. Paul outside. There's the pass to Harden. Ariza outside. Houston moving the ball around. Harden against Leonard. And the dunk by Capella.
Hey, he's not going to mess that one up. Capella, when he's that close, count it.
And the replay presented, of course, by Under Armour. Unleash chaos. Great stuff and some great basketball going on. Now here's Murray. Aldridge a screen. Leonard dishes to Murray. Aldridge sets up the pick now for Murray.
Yeah, way to play in attack mode and get to the line.
And, you know, the defense gets their money's worth on that foul, stopping the layup and not giving up the and one.
Two shots.
Free throw good, Murray. Both shots good from the stripe. They've been doing a great job of sharing the ball.
And guys, shot A comes to mind for me because right now that offense, it's a smooth operator.
Anderson the screen for the 3. Harden's shot is off. The Spurs have gotten just under 45% of their attempts to drop in the 4th. 4 of 9. Left side Leonard lets it go from the wing. The rebound by Anderson.
And that's the shot you want to create. They just can't get it to fall.
That's what I call an everything but. Good execution, just didn't knock it down. But you're right, they're happy with that shot.
Here's Mills. Outside Leonard to the left wing. Murray the pass to Leonard. Back to Murray. 6 to shoot. Feeds it to Aldridge. And the rebound goes to the Rockets. Anderson's got his 5th rebound in this one. Ariza outside to the middle. And the dunk by Capella. And that's a double-double for him now. 11 points and 10 rebounds.
Oh, I like how Capella stays one step ahead of the posse on defense. Has a real good sense of body control.
Murray kicks to Gasol. Outside Leonard. Aldridge down low. Working on Anderson. And Patrick Mills gets that whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game.
And now only one away from being in the penalty.
Yep, the next one puts them on the line, so they've got to be careful the rest of the way.
Now, here is Harden. Capella dishes to Harden. Rebound, San Antonio. Following this one, they get to host the Mavericks. That'll be the first of 2 straight at home. Outside Leonard. Good-looking screen by Gasol. Here's Murray. The shot misses. Good work defensively by Capella. Rockets leading by 3. Paul passes to Anderson. Great look, but off the mark. San Antonio's gone 2 for 2 from three-point land to start the 4th quarter. Count that bucket. Mills has got 5 points now this quarter.
Well executed, and then you love the strong finish.
Fantastic speed on the break. Speed kills, showing no mercy in transition there, partner.
Screen by Capella. Paul kicks to Capella. With the floater, and the layup is up and in. And the Rockets lead by 3.
It's just what the doctor ordered here. Boy, have they needed him here in the 4th.
Yes, they have. He's made all 4 of his shots this quarter, Greg. Definitely looking to be a dangerous guy.
Now here's Mills. Dishes it to Aldridge. Offside Gasol. 5 on the clock. A 3 from Leonard. Good, and the assist goes to Gasol. Leonard's got the game tied up here for the Spurs. Paul outside. Anderson the screen. Ariza kicks to Anderson. And another make to his scoring column. His 5th basket of the game. Now shooting 5 of 11.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Well, I agree with you. 4 of their last 5 baskets have been exactly of that variety.
Aldridge. He can't get that one to fall. And the Rockets take it the other way.
I'll tell you what, the way he's been going this quarter, guys, they're going to need somebody else to pick up the slack.
Ariza with the bucket.
Man, love the size Ariza has down low, using his long arms to get off shots inside.
Now Mills. He dishes it to Murray. And it's Aldridge, top of the key. And the shot is good.
Yeah, nothing too fancy. Just getting the job done when they need to. Make every possession count.
Houston's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the 4th quarter. Ariza outside. And here is Capella from deep. Harden. Come on. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Harden. Markers checked in for San Antonio. San Antonio trailing here. Pass to Leonard. Gasol a screen. Leonard dishes to Gasol. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead. Here's Paul. And good. Got the English that time as it falls.
Tell you what, it's pretty obvious why CP3 is the man they rely on in these big moments. I mean, he's courageous, fearless, and productive.
Parker kicks to Mills. Outside Gasol. Leonard on the wing. Whistle on the play. Bucket's good. He'll go to the line.
And he's clearly led the way offensively. The question is, can they ride him and get back into it?
One shot.
That free throw good from Leonard.
He's simply just willing himself to the line here.
Houston in the lead. Harden outside. kicks it to Anderson. And Anderson slams it in.
And Anderson welcomes these situations. An efficient scorer who steps up when the game is tight.
Gasol, a screen on Ariza. And there's Gasol. That's good on the assist from Leonard.
And Gasol is someone you turn to in these situations. Need a big basket, he's ready to go.
Paul with the screen for Harden. Fires the three. Paul missing again. San Antonio's gone 3 of 4 from downtown here in the fourth. Leonard on the wing to take the lead. Ariza with the rebound. Ariza's got his 8th rebound here tonight. Here's Harden on the wing. And it's Houston with another.
Oh, he is just so clutch, saving his best for when the pressure is at its highest.
Harden against Parker. The feed to Mills. Gasol, a screen on Paul. Mills passes to Leonard. Over Ariza. Good D by Ariza.
The inside just a bit too congested for him to get the usual shot he would have with rhythm.
Harden gets the bucket.
This is not unfamiliar territory for Harden. He is used to being the go-to guy, especially when his team needs a big hoop.
Parker with it. And it's Harden picking him up. Parker kicks to Mills. Gasol, a screen on Paul. And here's Mills for 3.
And that shot isn't the one they should be taking if they want to make this comeback happen.
And here's Leonard from 3. It's not going to go for him.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
And James Harden with the 3. And it's an 8-point Rocket lead.
Easy to see why Harden's an all-star level talent. Has an ability to score in a hurry.
Gasol, a screen on Paul. Leonard attacking, and that one is good. Leonard's got 32 points in the game.
Defensively, this is what you know. He's coming off a hot game and looking to keep it rolling.
As well he should, Greg. I mean, he always is looking to score the ball, even more so when he's hot. I like the mindset.
And an intentional foul right there. He drops the first one, and that makes it a 7-point lead. And the second free throw, no good. A tough break there.
And with the time remaining, I'm just not seeing it.
Yeah, it would take a miracle for them to come back in my mind, like Tracy McGrady against the Spurs type of heroics. A lot of points in a little bit of time.
So the first one drops, and that trims the lead to 6. And so Murray nails both of them. There's 25 seconds left in the game, and that's an intentional foul. So the first one drops, and that increases their lead to 6.
At the line right now is one of the great do-it-all point guards ever. Scorer, playmaker, defender. There's not anything CP3 can't do. Good work at the line to stretch that lead out a little bit.
And here's Mills from the arc. Count it! And now they trail by just 4.
Against length, he does a nice job of creating just enough separation.
Yeah, he's so creative with the ball and his ability to shake free from bigger guys to knock down those triples. Boy, that's a thing of beauty there.
First free throw is good, and that puts them up by 5. So he gets them both, and it's a 6-point ball game. Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over. They're trailing by 6. 17 seconds left in the fourth quarter. What do you think, guys?
And they still got a little time to play with, so a 3 and a quick foul could make things interesting.
Yeah, but they need some help. They're going to need some help any way you look at it. I mean, they're hoping for some missed free throws at the other end.
A chance now to recognize our Jordan player of the game, James Harden.
And Kevin, it's a no-brainer. He's controlled every aspect of this game, and it's just so fun to see a player perform at a level that's just higher than anyone else out on the floor.
17 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Trifecta!
And what about the way Gasol sees the floor? So gifted at whipping the ball all over to the open man.
And they need to stop the clock, so there's a foul.
Honestly, just doing what they have to in order to get the basketball back.
That's a good foul, though. I like that. I mean, clock management crucial at this time of the game.
He drops the first one, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. And a tough break as his second attempt at the line, no good. Here's Murray. It's good.
That pass into the paint, that is a work of art there, dead on target.
And an intentional foul there stops the clock.
You have to foul, but I'm sure they would have liked to foul someone different.
Yeah, but Greg, they didn't really have another option. I mean, I thought they did a nice job getting it in his hands and making sure he was the guy who'd go to the line.
He hits the first one, and that makes it a 3-point lead. Second one is good, hitting both at the line, and it's a 4-point ball game.
And that's the knockout blow right there, guys. Those free throws should put this one away.
San Antonio calls timeout. They trail by 4. 7 seconds left in the fourth quarter. What do you think, guys?
It's going to be interesting to see what they draw up to get this quick shot.
Whatever it is, got to be fast. I mean, can't waste any time at this point.
So it's a narrow victory for the Rockets, pulling it out for the W. It was up for grabs right until the final seconds.
Yeah, and for me, Kevin, what stood out is just the overall trust this group has in one another when it matters most. Doing what had to be done and to send these fans home happy.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks, Kevin. Ryan, it was a great night of shooting for you. What does it mean to you that your teammates have the confidence to get you the ball when you're in position to score?
They have a ton of confidence in me. Even if I'm missing them, they want me to keep shooting because a lot of times I'm open. So, you know, my teammates do a great job of finding me. I got to just keep shooting. I mean, that's what shooters should do. You know, you can't lose confidence in your shot. You just have to be ready and focused and just shoot the next one and hopefully it goes in.
Yeah, the next one's always going in, right? Thanks very much, Ryan. Back to you, Kevin.
David, thank you as always. And that'll do it, folks. For David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for being with us. See you next time.